folks. Sean Broderick for you. I have a treat for you today. I'm speaking to Bob Archer. He's the CEO of Newrange Gold, but those subscribers who've been following me for quite some time remember him as the CEO of Great Panther Silver, and boy, we made a lot of money on those guys. Now, he retired. We know retirement doesn't fit some people, especially if they have a hot project, and that's what he's going to tell you about today. Newrange Gold is in Nevada, which is one of my favorite gold districts. It's like one of the easiest places to work. It has the high grades, chock-a-block full of mines, and they're extremely friendly. That's what Newrange Gold is on the trail of, and he's going to tell you about it. Could you please speak to my viewers?
Yeah, absolutely, Sean. It's great to be back talking to you again. Newrange is focused on a project called Pamlico, which is a past producer dating back to the 1800s. And at that time, it was known as one of the highest grade gold districts in Nevada, with coarse gold being shipped north to the Comstock lode in Virginia City. And the unique thing about Pamlico, being in a state like Nevada, which has seen a lot of exploration over the last number of decades, is the fact that it's been in private hands since 1896. So it's seen very, very little modern day exploration. And so we're in there now, working away on the project, trying to better understand the deposit itself, and the old mining that was done in the past was all underground in the hills, and we have over 300 old tunnels, about 8,000 meters of underground workings that we're trying to survey and map and sample, and we think we're really onto something quite significant here.
One thing that I think we should bring up is that even on the old dumps, you have visible gold.
Yes.
Could you speak about that a bit?
Yeah, it's we can just poke around on the old dumps. We can find clusters of fine-grained visible gold, but even in some cases, we're finding museum quality, coarse visible gold. It's actually in our corporate presentation, some beautiful pieces, and that's what the old timers were chasing. They didn't know about the fine gold that we use for heap leaching nowadays, but we're finding there's a lot of that, as well as a kind of a cloud around the high-grade material. So for that reason, we think that this is certainly amenable to open pit mining, and the metallurgy that we've done so far indicates recoveries up to 97% through leaching.
Awesome.
So
because you can have any resource in the world, but if you can't process it in a way that you recover it, that is not going to work. These guys can't. Yeah. So what's the plan for this year going forward?
Well, we're just putting new budgets together for the second half of the year now, but we're continuing with our underground mapping and sampling. We'd like to do a bit of geophysics out on the pediment area where the zone extends to the north, and some more surface work, try to better define the geology, and we're looking towards taking a 1,000-ton bulk sample from one of the underground workings later in the year, maybe Q4, and we hope to be back drilling again before the end of the year, once we've better defined where the underground tunnels are.
All right, so this is a transformational project for your company, right? Because
very much so.
Originally this company was like more focused on Colombia and like that kind of thing, right?
Yes, yeah.
But like you had this project, and it's so rich, and like there's so much that you haven't explored yet. It just has a lot of potential upside, isn't that right?
It really does. The project is district scale and size, 1,670 hectares, and we've got gold anomalies scattered across the entire property in different geological environments, epithermal systems, skarn systems, and the system we're working on, the old district, is about 1,500 meters by 1,000 meters in size, and it's open in all directions. So, and we haven't really tested it at depth either. So it's really the upside on this is very significant.
Okay, so. Still early days. They have new funds coming in. They may have to raise more money. Maybe you folks want to be informed about that, because I know some of you like to do private placements. This is a rich historical mine. Once the richest around. And even on the junk piles, even on the old stuff that was cast off, you can find visible gold. That's quite exciting. You know how rare mines with visible gold are nowadays. Back in the old days, that's pretty much what they mined. They would just tunnel through a rich surrounding halo of gold.
Only what they could see.
Yeah, only going for what they could see. So they're going back to something that hasn't been mined for decades and decades and decades. And so it's like missed the last wave of the huge development they had in Nevada because they couldn't get at it. Now these guys can. So it'll be a very exciting project to watch and perhaps invest in as we go forward. So I want to keep you guys tuned in on that. Could you give my subscribers the symbol on the star?
Yeah, absolutely. In the U.S., we trade on the OTCQB. Ticker symbol is NRGOF.
Okay.
And in Canada, it's just NRG on the Venture Exchange. And we're trading about 13 cents today, Canadian.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we go?
Yeah, just the fact that we are in the process of monetizing our Colombian assets, and so we've just announced a deal to sell our Colombian subsidiary and one of the projects, and we're looking at trying to sell the second project as well. So once that's completed, we're hoping that can bring in in excess of $2 million to the company, which would allow us to put us in a position where we wouldn't have to go back to the markets and take further dilution at lower prices. So if we can just bridge that gap at the moment until we see those funds starting to come in, then we should be in really good shape and try to keep the stock fairly tight.
Well, I look forward to you guys having a new budget, to the new drilling you're going to be doing, to just mapping the rest of the existing mine with that a device you showed me. Takes those amazing images. New technology, folks. I have to put a picture of that up because that is amazing. So there's a lot to like about this. It's in one of the best districts in the world. And in fact, if you've been a subscriber of mine long enough, you made money in this area multiple times. So we'll see what these guys can do. It's a story we want to follow. I can't wait. Thanks very much for speaking to my viewers, Bob.
Thanks a lot, John.
You guys stay tuned. We'll have more on this company soon.